I'm FullDeck.
And I'm missing a few cards.
And we're here today with a puzzle by Akash Doulani. Puzzle number 401, X sums consecutive pairs hybrid Sudoku.
Well, at least it has classic Sudoku rules apply, which I assume are normal Sudoku rules.
Yes, so that means that every row, every column, and every box will contain a complete set of the digits 1 through 9 without repetition.
We also get X sums, so clues outside the grid indicate the sum of the first X digits placed in that corresponding direction, where X is equal to the first digit placed in that direction.
So for example, if this were a 4, those 4 cells would need to sum to 23. If this were a 6, then the first 6 cells would need to sum to 23, since that's the clue outside the grid. And for the column, and similarly for a row, whatever value goes here, if it were a 7, then these first 7 cells would need to sum to 36.
We get gray circles, which usually would be white Kropki dots, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Cosmetically here, they're presented as gray circles. They're just adjacent digits. So if a gray circle is between 2 cells, the digits in those cells must be consecutive.
And not all gray cells are given, which means that the digits in these 2 cells could also be consecutive or not. So all we know is that if 2 cells are separated by a gray dot, they are consecutive. No negative constraint. All right, shall we restart our timer and give this a whirl?
Let's give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl. Here we go. Okay, so I think this 5 is fairly powerful because let's just go through what happens with X sums. If this were a 1, then 1 cell would have to sum
to 5.
And that can't happen.
Especially if the cell is a 1.
Yes, and we know that 3 digits is too many because 1, 2, and 3 are the smallest 3 digits and they sum to 6. So actually, an X sum of 5 is always going to start with a 2. And now we get 2 cells to sum to 5, so we better have a 3 right here.
Now the 9 looks fairly constrained.
Okay.
So it can't be a 1 for the same reason.
Same reason. Right.
The only X sum that can be 1 is 1.
Yes.
It can't be 2 because it sees a 2 in the column, and the sum of 4 cells would be too big, so that is a 3.
That's a problem. I don't think it... That's a problem because, oh no, it's not. I'm a numpty. I'm thinking that well, all we get is this cell. I'm being silly. It's these 3 cells have to sum to 9, and this has to be, because it has to be consecutive with a 3, has to be either 2 or 4. So we either have 3 plus 2, which would be 5, and we'd need another 4, or we have 3 and 4, which is 7, which would need another 2. So we get a nice 2-4 pair. That's very nice. All right. Let's see, where can we go next? 40. We know this is going to be a big number because we're leaving off 5. So one of the useful things with X sums is to think about the outies, the things that aren't included in the X sum. So along this row, the sum of the digits from 1 through 9 is 45. Now, if you just take a piece of scratch paper and add them up, there you go. Or there's lots of other ways to see that. We've gone through it in a few videos before, so have others. Yep. But we do know that the sum of the digits in this row is 45. 40 of them are included in the X sum. So we're leaving out a total of 5, which is either going to be the single digit 5 or it's going to be 2 cells. So we have at least 7 and possibly 8 digits in this X sum. So this is either a 7 or an 8. Then we're either leaving out a 5, or we're leaving out a 2, 3, or we're leaving out a 1, 4. So this is certainly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for what that's worth. I don't usually pencil mark that fully, but just to sort of, and in fact, I'm going to take it back out.
Take it back out.
Yeah.
How about the 13 in column 1?
The 13 in column 1. Let's see. Well, it can't be a 1 because if it were a 1, it would also need to be a 13. Can't be a 2 because if this were a 2, we'd need make 13 in 2 cells, which would mean the second one would be 11. It could be a 3, and it could be a 4, but 5 would be too many because the sum of the 5 smallest digits is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, which is 15. Yep. So this is either 3 or 4.
If it was 3, 2...
3, 2 would need another 8, and that's, 8 here, and that would work. 3, 4 would need 6, and if it were a 4, 4, 5 would be 9, but we could still do 1 and 3 here. So there's not really a whole lot of restriction on this. I mean, this is 2, 3, 4, 5 simply because of the gray dot, but any of those combinations works. How about this 36? The 36, we're leaving out 9. So we could leave out a single 9 and have an 8 here, which would have to go with a 7. We could leave out 9 in 2 cells, which would put a 7 here. I don't think I'm going to mark the next part next to it. Or we could leave out 9 in 3 cells, which would put a 6 here. But 4 cells gets us already at least to 10. So this is either 6, 7, or 8. Just by Sudoku, we know there's a 3 in there. I think maybe we should just go ahead and pencil mark all of these. That may give us some nice combinations. So 24, 7, 8, 9 is 24, and that would be 24 and 3.
I bet you can't do it with a 3 at the top.
But we can't do it at a 3 at the top. You're right, because if we had a 3 here, these two would have to sum to 21. So this can't be a 3. It's at least a 4. And we're leaving out 21.
So we could do 4, 5, and then an 8, 9. No, 7, 8, rather.
4 and 5 would be 9, and another 15. Yeah, so we could do this in 4, yes. What's the most we could have? 7, yes, because... No, 7 would be too many, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 28. So the most this could be would be 6 digits. So the sum of the sum of 24 is either occurring in 4 cells, 5 cells, or 6 cells. Okay. 23 is similar. We could do it in 4 cells, we could do it in 5, we could do it in 6. We can't do it in only 3, because if this were a 3, those 2 cells would have to sum to 20. And if this were 7, we would have a sum of at least 1 through 7, which is 28. So 4, 5, 6. This one we cannot do in 3 because of the Kropke dot. Actually, even still, we wouldn't be able to do it in 3. So this is at least 4. Could be 5, could be 6. 7 would get us to 21. Triple. Yeah, which makes this a 3. So that is a 3, which means
this is a 2 or a 4.
2 or a 4. So if it's 3 and 2, that's 5. We'd need 8. And 3 and 4 is 7. We'd need 6. Okay. These...
The 31 now can't be made in 6.
Oh,
4,
right.
or 5.
3, 4, 5, or 6. Certainly can't make it in 2. So this is at least 7. And if it were 8, then these would sum to 31, and that would be a 14.
Which is a problem.
So this is exactly 7.
So below it is 6 or 8.
Yes, right here is 6 or 8, yes. I'm still trying to figure out what
Yeah.
But this now sums to 14 and can't be 6, 8. So it is a 5, 9 pair. Very nice. Oh, that's beautiful. What a lovely construction. Let's look at this 28 as well.
Oh, that's nice as well, because we can't use 2, 3, or 4.
I'm sorry, where are you looking right now?
That cell right there.
Okay, yeah.
2, 3, or 4.
Right, that's where I was going to. Can't be 2, 3, or 4. So it's at least 5. Could be 6, could be 7.
Yeah.
7 would have to be the digits 1 through 7, leaving an 8, 9 over here to get us to the 45. But the 5, 6, and 7 are all fine. Oh, let's see. But 1 now has to go in one of those 2 cells in this column because it is not consecutive with any of these digits. Okay. Now what?
So now the 40 clue is a little more constrained, maybe?
Maybe.
How does it interact with the 13 clue?
Oh, right. Because if this were a 7, well, no, we're still okay. We could have the 2, 3 here, or a 1, 4 here, and it still works. And we could also still have a 5 here. However, these can't be 3 because there's already a 3 in the box. So these are from 4, 5, 6, 7, which
and
means
the next one over is 3, 4, 5, 6.
yes, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 9 is down here. Let's see. So what we're from this, we're now missing 1, 2, 8, and 9. 1 can't go there, 2 can't go there, but I'm not sure any of this is. I'm not sure that's worth marking yet. Maybe it is. I mean, this is 1, 8, 9. That's 2, 8, 9. It's not a 3. I'm gonna put those in just to see what we've got. I'm afraid we're going to have to get a little bit more into the mathy weeds up in that upper left
In row
corner.
1, yes.
Yeah.
If the 4, 5, if the 24 had a 4, 5, making
Yeah, if that were 4, 5,
24
and 9,
4,
we'd need
we need 15 there.
15 there. Yeah. If it were 6, 7, making 13, we'd need 9 here. No,
Or
11. 11, you know, as we. We're mathematicians, not arithmeticians, or at least I'm not, clearly. This one may be more restricted. This were a 5, 6 pair. These would be making 10. So
no.
5, 6, yes.
Yes. So
Oh, these would be making 10, yes. Or these would be making 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Sorry. It does matter what that first digit is. So actually, that's interesting. If this were 6, 5, these would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
It can't be 6, 5. Because then we would have 7, 8, 9 left in the column, and that would break.
And it would break, yes.
The box 8.
Yes. Okay. So if this were a 6, this would have to be a 5, which would be 11. We'd need to use these digits to make 10. It would have to be 1 through 4. Putting 7, 8, 9. Yes, I agree. This cannot be a 6. Beautiful. So one of these two is a 6, which means that that's an 8, which means that that is a 2. All right. Now we're making, and these are not 6. All right. That was good. That was helpful.
Why are those? Oh, yeah, those are not 6 because 6 is in row 1.
Yes. And so now this is a 1, 9 pair.
Yes. So we can place 1, 9 pair in box 2.
Yes, because 1 and 9 can't go in those. So this is a 1, 9 pair. Beautiful. So now we have a 2 in here. One of these is a 2. We've got 2 down here.
The 6 and the 1 are in the same column in box 1. Because the 6 and 9 would be
right. If this were a 6, even if it were with a smaller value of 5, that would be 11. If we had the 9 in the same column, we'd already be at 20, and we'd have to pick up 3 more digits, which would be at least 6, so we'd be over the total for any of these. So wherever the 6 is, the 1 is also there. So the 9 is going to go... The 9 is going to leave us with not a whole lot of wiggle room.
Oh, and the 6 also goes with the 7.
Oh, because the 4 has to go with a 5 in either
the
case.
7 has to go with the 6.
Yeah, right. Okay. So one of these is going to be 4, 5, and 9. Because the 9 has to go with the 4, 5.
Yep,
So we're
that's
already
18.
at 18 in one of these columns. So we're either making 5. So one of these is it's either a 5 or a 6 here. If this is not necessarily. If this is the 4 with a 5, then 18, we'd need another 5. But it could be 5, 4 with a 9, and then we would need to make 5 and 2, which would have to be a 2, 3 pair.
So If it was 4, 5,
Yes.
and 9,
Yes, 4, 5, 9.
what would we need to?
Well, 4, 5, 9 is 18. If the 4 is here, we'd need a 5 here.
And that breaks.
Wait, why?
Because we've got a 5.
Oh, because we've already got a 5 there. Ah! Okay, so this one, let's go through that again.
That can't be 4, 5.
Right, if this were a 4, I'm going to talk it through again, make sure I know what I'm doing. If this were a 4, this would have to be a 5 to be consecutive. That gets us to 9. Another 9, because we know the 9 goes with the 4, 5, would get us to 18. We'd need another 5. We've already used the 5. Yes, that cannot be a 4. Beautiful. Which means this cannot be a 5.
Yep.
All right. And if this were 5, 4 with the 9, that would be 18. This would have to be a total of 5 in 2 cells, which would have to be a 2, 3. What if this were the 4, 5?
Why would it have to be a 2, 3?
Because we'd already used the 4.
The 4, yeah. Okay.
Your reasoning. So, yeah. All right. If this were the 4, 5 with the which would make 9, this would be 10. Which means
no, it goes with the 9.
No, the 4, 5 goes with the 1. The 9 you said goes with
the
other 6 goes with the 9.
6 goes
right.
with the 1.
Right. The 6 goes with the 1. The 4, 5 goes with the 9. Okay, this is killing me. Oh, well actually that makes that easy, right?
So if that's a 6, 7 with a 1,
that makes it this a 9.
What?
6 and 7 is 13. With the 1 is 14.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
but then it's 6 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is killing me. So that we'd have 9 in 3 cells
Which
instead.
would be 2, 3, 4.
Which would have to be 2, 3, 4. So 4 with the 2, 3 pair. Oh.
So that's a 2, 3 pair.
That's a 2, 3 pair either way. Let's talk that. Let's make sure we're not just being hallucinatory here. If this is a 5 with a 4, which is 9, it goes with the 9, which would make 18.
And we need 2 cells adding up to 5.
2 cells adding to 5, but we've already used a 4, and this would be a 2, 3 pair. If this is 6 and 7, that's 13. It goes with the 1, which makes 14. So we need another 9, but we have to make the 9 in 3 cells because this was a 6. We've already used the 1. It has to be a 2, 3, 4. The 2 and 3 are there. That would be a 4. This would be the 2, 3. So we don't know whether this is a 6, 7 with a 1 there and a 4 here, or whether it's a 5, 4 and we're done at the end of this. But either way, that's a 2, 3 pair. And that is pretty cool because it also places a 2, 3 pair right there. Okay. That was exciting. I like that. What a fabulous, holy cow, breaking my mind, but I really like it.
So column 2.
Column 2. All right, let's see if we can do this now. If this is a 4, 5 pair, that's 9, and it goes with a 9 to make 18. And these would be 6. No, that would be a 6.
Yes.
Yes.
If it's a 4 at the top, that would be.
If it's a 4 at the top, we get a 6 here.
Yep.
If it's a 5, 4, we still go with 9, but now we have to make 6 here, and we can't do that because 5,
we can't use
6 and 2 cells, right, we don't have a 2 or a 4 available. So this cannot be a 5, and that cannot be a 4. Okay. If it were 6, 7.
13 with a 1 is 14.
14. We need to make 10 in 3 cells. Without using 2 or 3, which would have to be 1, 4, 5, but we've put the 1 there. Yeah. So this cannot be the 6, 7. This has to be the 4, 5 with the 9, with the 6. This has to be the 6, 7 with the 1, with the 2, 3,
and the 4, and the 5 below it.
And a 5 below it. Wow. And then this becomes 8, 9 to complete the column, which means that we now have 9s locked into rows 8 and 9 in these boxes. So where's the 9 going to go in row 7? Can't go here. Can't go there. It's in one of those 2. Wow.
That means we cannot have an 8 in row 7, column 9.
Row 7, column 9 cannot be an 8.
Because we'd be leaving out 9 in one
right.
cell.
Of course. Because if this were an 8, these would have to sum to 36, which would have to leave out the 9. And the 9 can't be over there. So this is not an 8. Wow, this is tricky. This is really cool, but really tricky. And that means that this can't be the 9 because a 9 can only be consecutive with 8. So this is the 9.
And we get to place the 1
and
as well.
that's the 1. And that is really sweet. Okay, what's missing in this box? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5, 6, 7, and 8. Can we rule out any of those combinations? Yes, this can't be the 5.
Why not?
Because there's a 5 in the row. So this has to be, there has to be a 5 on here, so this is a 5, 6 pair. Which means that this is a 7, and that's an 8. We're making...
And that's an 8 up there. 7 looks up.
Oh, and that's an 8. But let's come, so that means this is a 5, because we need to make 40 in 8 digits, leaving out 5. But this 7 means we're making 36 in 7 digits. We're leaving out 9 in these two cells.
So that's
and
a
it
6,
can't
7.
be 2, 7. It has to be 3, 6. Which makes this a 2. Okay. And now, did that give us anything else?
It did.
What did it give us?
What did it give us? 8 looks up. In fact, we can place.
That's
we
not
can
an
place
8.
the 8 if we're careful, because 8 is in row 2 in box 2 and row 3 in box 1.
Or we've got 8s looking up here and here. So where is the 8 going to go in row 1?
Yeah.
That's an 8.
The remaining one is a 4, 5.
That's a 2.
Oh, no, the
4 looks
across.
over. That's
Yeah.
a 5.
So that's a 4,
That's
6.
4, 6.
So we know where 8 is in box 2.
So 8 is not here, not there, not there. That's our 8. Okay, so now we are making 21 in 5 cells. So these 5 cells sum to 21. We either have 9, meaning we need 12, or we have 11, meaning we need 10. Are we ready to do that yet? I don't think we are. You think?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. All right, I'm gonna unhighlight those. Let's deal with, what else do we have?
Let's look at the 28 in row 9.
28 in row 9.
If it was a 6.
We're leaving out 17. So if it were 6, we already have either 10 or 11. We're leaving out 17, so we're leaving out either 6 or 7. It would have to be a 7. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which would be 7 and 2 and 8 for the 15. So if this is a 6. So if this is a 6, how about let's do something else simple first. This 5, 6 pair
That's
gives us
nice.
a 9 and a 5. The 9 looks left and gives
Which
us an 8.
means it can't be a 5.
So
Wasn't that?
if this were a 6, we would be needing... That works. The 6, to make 28 in 6 cells means we're leaving out 17. We'd put a 7 there, and that works.
Yeah. So let's center mark that.
Well, I'm not sure I want it. I'm willing to corner mark it temporarily, sort of keep track of it. But I don't want to center mark it because I think there's other things. Well, actually, let's place our 4. How about in this box?
Oh, it's a 4.
Yeah, it's a 4.
That's
Wait,
he's making us do Sudoku.
Yeah, exactly. So 4 in this box can't go there, and this 2, 4 pair keeps it out of there.
So that means it's 5.
So this has to be a 5.
3 in column 4.
And these now need to sum to 17. We've already got 10. Yes, that's a 3. This is a 6. That's a 7 by Sudoku. These are a 1, 7 pair, which we cannot yet place. These from the column are 1, 7, 9. And these are 1, 7, 8. This one can't be an 8 because there's an 8 in the row. So the 1, 7 pair gives us the 8. This is either 7 or 9 by consecutivity. All right. What now? Well, how about this pair is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6
we
and
don't
8.
have 6 and 8. We've got 7 and 9. So yeah, 6 and 8. And these are 1, 2, and 4. The 1 looks down and takes 1 out of those. Okay, let's see what we've done. I'm going to turn on the pen tool so that we can say we have done this clue. We have done that clue. We've marked this one fully.
Yeah.
This one is effectively done because we know we've left
Yep.
out the 14 over here. The 40 is effectively done because we've
Yep.
left out the 5. The 5 is done. The 36 is done because we left out 9. The 9 is done, and the 28 is done. So all we've got left in terms of the X sums is this 21 clue.
So we're leaving out 4 cells,
We are.
which add 24.
Yes, so these 4 sum to 24, yes. So these 3 sum to 21 because we've already got one of them taken care of.
It is forced its maximums.
Yes, because if this were a 4 and that were an 8, which are as big as we can get them, we would still need a 9, which is as big as that can get. So 9, 4, and 8. So that's a 2 by Sudoku. That's a 1. That's a 6.
The 4 looks up.
4 looks up. That's a 6. And these are 1, 2, and 7. This can't be a 1. And if you can hear a cat in the background, that's the very unhappy Comet who really would like to be in here with us because she really likes Sudoku, but she's not very helpful.
The 7.
These are 2, 4, and
not in
7.
6.
2 and 7 are looking up, giving us the 4.
So that's a 3, 5 on the different start.
Oh, yeah. 3, 5. Beautiful.
What are we left with in row 3?
Row 3 we've got 1, 2, we need 3, we've got 4, we need 5, we need 6, we've got 7, 8, 9. So these are 3, 5, and 6. There's a 3, 5 in the column.
And 3, 6 in column 8.
Making that a 6, yep, and a 3, 6 here makes that a 5, which makes that a 3. Excellent. What's left in this column? 1, 4, and 9. This is a quad. 1, 4, 7, and 9. So this is 4, 7. No?
There's a 7 in the
Oh,
row.
there's a 7. That's a problem. What have we done wrong?
We mispencil marked box 2. The 2, 7 is wrong because we have a 7 in the box. So go back.
We need to go back to there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm sure people have been shouting at us this whole time, going, "No, it's not that. It's not."
Yeah, it's a shame because that place.
It is.
So it's not a 7.
So this is not a 7. These are.
And
Oh,
that's
it's
not
not
a
a
1.
1. That's a 2. Okay, so these
are 3, 4.
1, 2. Yes, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Okay, just making sure because. So that's a 3, 4. So this can't be a 3. So that is a 3. All right. So
and that can't be a 2, 4, which is what a 3 would need.
Right. So this
5.
has to be the 4. That has to be a 3, and this has to be a 5. Now these are 6 and 7, which are placeable because there's a 6 already in this column and a 7 there. So 7, 6. These are 1, 4, 9. This is 1, 4, 9 from the column. The 7 looks down. 9. The 2 looks down. Give us a 4. And then the 4 looks back up. Take that 4 out and place a 4 right there.
And that places a 1 right
that
there.
4 out. Wait, why does that place a 1 right
because
there?
you put a 9 in row 5.
I did put a 9 in row 5 correctly, as it turns out, I believe.
Oops,
So that makes that a 1, makes this a 9, which makes that a 1, which looks over and makes that a 9, and this a 1.
So we can probably finish column 8 now.
I don't know, that's really tough. There's a lot of choices there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. This 1 is looking left and taking the 1s out from there. The 2 is looking down. So that's a 7. That's a 1, which looks left and gives us a 7, which gives us the 9, which gives us the 7 and 9 in the box together, give us the 1, which looks down to give us a 7, which gives us the 1. Very nice. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7.
And
6 and 7 gives us the 4. 7 gives us the 6, and then the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5, 6 pair. The 5 and the 6 look up and tell us this is the 6, and that's the 5. This is a pair. 1. We need a 2. There's the 3. So this is a 2, 4 pair in the column.
There's a 4 in row 5. 4.
Gives us the 2 and the 4, which gives us the 3 and the 2. And now this row needs
8
an 8.
and 3.
That got 3, and that is the correct solution.
That was lovely.
It was really fun.
And except for that little mess up, I think
Yeah, which is a
yeah.
pencil mark mess up, or I mean, it was a Sudoku scanning mess up, but fortunately, it was late enough and didn't affect too much. It was a quick return. That was really fun.
I loved the interaction of the outside clues.
Yes, and the
The
restriction on these scared me. The possibilities that
but
were
then
here.
it was just beautiful.
It was very. I hope that our explanation was clear enough. It's always interesting, when we're at the edge of keeping track of the deductions ourselves. It makes it a lot harder to explain it and make sure we're explaining it clearly. So do let us know in the comments whether we made any sense at all.
And if we made assumptions that were not valid.
Absolutely, because
we do sometimes.
We do sometimes. I think everybody who solves does. When you solve on camera, if you make a logical leap, people will tell you. If you're just solving on your own and nobody's watching you, you might never realize you made that logical leap. So, but we love learning. We love getting better as solvers, and comments help us do that. So do let us know. And please, if you're watching this,
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm know that Brem's channel matters, and that the Sudoku community, the variant Sudoku community, has active and engaged watchers. So with that, I think we'll sign off. But as always,
As Brem says,
good luck with your solving.